All right, welcome to the 4 a.m. Club. I'm Carson.
And I'm Kristen.
That's my wife. Today we're going to be talking about top 5 action movies. I love my movies.
I love movies too. And the thing is I feel like every other day I'm asking somebody like, oh, let's have a movie night. And then like, they don't even make it halfway through the movie. And I'm like, screw you guys. Like, I miss the thing. And it's almost like movies these days. I've been mourning them. What I mean by that is like there's been hardly any good movies. And I was talking to someone about this the other day, and they were like, "Oh, what about Dune? Or what about this movie or this movie?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but back in the day, it seemed like every movie that came out was a banger, right? Like 2010 to like 2015, they were all bangers."
You know what I think they're doing is they're focusing a lot more on shows. People are realizing they have a shorter time span that they could watch TV. I think that. Like what we talked about in one of the last videos, we talked about Apple TV and how they're crushing it. They're focusing a lot on shows.
People, instead of going to the movie theaters these days, they just stream. Like they pay $8 for a streaming network a month, and they just do that. A lot of people don't go to movies anymore because like they just wait for the movies to come out and stream, which I like to go to the movie theater.
About the experience.
Yeah,
the experience.
Yeah, $5 Tuesday, go to the movie theater, it's good. Like I like going to the movie theater because you can't go anywhere. You have to watch that freaking movie. Dude, my biggest pet peeve is when you're watching a movie and someone walks into the house and like turns on a light. Or like starts talking to you, and it's like I'm in the movie. I'm in the movie, and I'm like, when I'm in a movie, I want the rest of the world to not exist. Yeah. I want my freaking attention. I don't want to think about work. I don't want to think about how sore my muscles are. Yeah, I don't want to think about anything. Well, I'm sore.
Escape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 5 action movies. Give me
my list.
Okay.
So honorable mention has to go to like the Mission Impossible and 007 movies. Like they're great as a collective group because they've made so many, but I think as a one individual movie they're not better than the ones we have. But my number 5 is actually The Kingsman.
I love that movie. There's a few movies.
The first Kingsman is the best Kingsman. The Golden Circle is still really good, but and I don't want to spoil alert if you haven't seen it, so just skip this part. But he brings Eggsy into the room to test him, and he hands him the gun. He says, "Shoot the dog." I was like, even after I had already seen it, I forgot about that scene. And I was like, "Oh shoot! Like,
Don't do it."
That's such a good because remember how they gave them a dog at like the beginning of like 8 weeks or 8 months or whatever it was, and then like he couldn't do it, and it was a blank, but he had a heart. That part was freaking good. That dog was ugly though. That pug. Anyways, I'm sorry if I spoiled it for anyone, but that is a freaking good movie.
All right, since you're doing like a 5A or like you're doing kind of 6, you're adding one more. One just came to mind.
Let's hear it.
It's called The Gentleman.
I'll watch that tonight. Dude, Carson, the problem is my wife doesn't like action movies. And so like I don't know what that was. And I don't have anyone to watch them with.
I'll watch it with you.
Deal.
We just have to find time somewhere.
All right, what's your number 5?
Anyways, Gentleman, freaking good movie, dude. If you're any guy would love that show. It's very action-packed. Very good movie. Did you go through your whole list?
No, I just went through one.
Okay, that was one. Go for it.
All right, and then my next number 4 on my list is a classic, and it was one of those movies that you hear about so much, but I'd never had seen it until probably like 2019. I finally watched it for the first time, and it was really good. Die Hard, the first one. Die Hard, when I watched that movie, Snape is in it, obviously. But when I watched Die Hard for the first time, I was like, dang, that was and like, that's what really solidified my, like, I love action movies. Like, that's a good freaking action movie. Anyways, Die Hard's number 4 for me.
Don't hate me, but I hate old movies.
What do you mean?
I like old movies as much. Well, obviously, as much as...
Dude, you're going to hate my list then.
No.
Yeah, you will. Aw, come on. No, dude, okay, here's the thing. Old movies, like, here's what makes a good movie. Visual effects are great and all, but it's like, it's all about story, plot twists.
That's a good point. I think I meant to say I hate black and white movies.
Oh, yeah, everyone hates those movies. Like, they're boring. Yes. Okay. Who likes... My grandma likes those movies. That's it.
Hit me with your list. Give me another one. Yeah, whole thing.
What about you?
Just plow through it, and then I'll go through mine.
All right, fine.
I really want to hear yours because now.
Okay.
Yeah, give me your list.
Number 3 for me is actually, so this is, I've said this to multiple people. Number 3 is basically the new James Bond, the better James Bond. It's John Wick. Ooh. I just did an edit about John Wick.
Baba Yaga.
Dude.
We call him Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. Well, John wasn't exactly the boogeyman. He was the one you sent to kill the boogeyman. Thinking I'm back!
Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. And so I didn't necessarily, I kind of cheated. I didn't pick just one John Wick movie because there's 5. Or no, there's 4. Right? There's 5. No, there's 5? So, like, they're all so good. What are you laughing at?
So
He's the new James Bond.
No, 100%. I agree.
He's the better James Bond.
Have you seen Have you seen the 5th one? The newest one. Okay.
Sure we talked together.
It's funny. Like every time he has to say something in that movie, the whole time it's like, yeah.
What's that?
And he like takes a second. He's like not all there because I mean he's fallen off buildings. He's been through it. I don't know, but like everything he says is like, yeah. that's like all he says.
Like guy in the desert's like, why do you want to live or something? And he's like, to remember her.
Yeah, he's like not all there. It's funny.
Like gargling marbles or something.
It's funny. All right, keep going with your list. Let me hear it.
Okay, number 2. This is a slept-on movie. They actually made a show based on it. It's got some history in it. But the movie with Tom Cruise in it, Jack Reacher. I think it was like 2010 or something.
Yes.
But Jack Reacher, I could watch that movie like 10 times. I've seen it like probably 20. But that movie is so good. Setup is super good. Pacing's good. The acting's good. The plot is good. Everything's good about that movie. It's one of my best action movies. Now, Jack Reacher Never Go Back or Never Go Home or whatever it's called is trash. The second one is absolute trash. But the first one, woo, baby girl, it's so good. I love that movie. But my number 1 action movie of all time, without a doubt, and I think a lot of people will agree with me, is Judgment Day. The Terminator. The Terminator 2 Judgment Day is the best action movie of all time. Obviously, like there's some sci-fi in there. And so, but I mean, I think everything has a little sci-fi that's action movie. But Arnold, the Gaines master, he's called the T-1000 or something.
Yeah.
Just Terminator in general used to be super good. It's super bad now. Like these days, like Dark Fate was terrible. Like Genesis was terrible.
Is that when they bring these in?
Yeah.
The T-1000 or something like that?
So like obviously like Terminator is like set in the future and like they time travel back to try to prevent the future. It's such a good movie. The first Terminator is great, but the second one is even better. Because in the first Terminator, Arnold is actually the bad guy. But then in the second one, he gets reprogrammed to protect John Connor, which is the general for the resistance. Like, like Luke Skywalker. So like, he's basically like the Luke Skywalker of the Terminator universe. Yeah. And so like, imagine they made a show about somebody going back in time to like kill Luke Skywalker.
I've seen it.
Okay, good.
I love this movie.
Okay, I didn't know.
That's so freaking scary. The T-1000, whatever the freak it's called, like the red eyeballs just staring at you, staring into your soul.
The thing that makes me sad is like these days with such good movie franchises, they do too much and kind of muddy it. So in my mind, Terminator stopped after the 3rd one. That's my Terminator canon. Okay, let's hear your list.
I don't know all of the Terminators, but I do love. I love the Terminators. Just the whole concept is like, whoa. It's freaking good. Especially with AI booming right now, it makes you think.
The thing is, back then it was an original idea.
Yeah,
like original, and that's what's nice about some of these, like Die Hard and Terminator, and some of these other movies. Like they were original. So, anyways. All right, hit me with your list, Carson Baby Girl.
Right. So, we talked about The Gentleman. Love that movie. Yeah. Guys movie. All the way. 100%.
For the bros.
For the bros. I really liked Infinity War. Infinity War with Thanos snapping his fingers.
I am inevitable. I think Infinity War is better than
I should have, like, hid.
I try to stay away from superhero movies. Like, if I put superhero movies on my list, my top 5 would be superhero movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Kingsman. Love Kingsman. That's my number 4. That was also on your list.
it was on my. So which one do you like better, the first or second one?
I'd say the first. I love both of them. Dude, is this the second one? Sorry, go ahead.
No. Just gonna say like the Golden Circle, the twist, and like I think his name was Whiskey. No, Whiskey was Whiskey.
Pedro Pascal.
He like that was a good twist. I love that. And then like oh man. Anyways, I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's such a good movie.
Fantastic movie. The part at the end of the second one when he sings "Country Roads,
take me home."
and he's like chopping the trees, and then it stops, and then he sings louder, "Country Road."
Dude, but yeah, don't sleep on the second. Of course I do with Mark Strong.
Let's off the mine. He's stepping on mine.
Yeah,
it's like,
dude, that's so good. Don't sleep on the second Kingsman. After that, the Kingsman movies are eh.
yeah,
Like the OG story. Eh.
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Number 3, I love Top Gun. Top Gun was
I
good.
should have put that on my list.
Especially with July coming up.
God bless America. So wait, is it the original Top Gun or the new Top Gun?
The new. I'm not.
2022?
Yeah, definitely the new one.
I think it's better.
The new one?
Yeah.
100%. I watched the old, like 10 minutes of the old one. I was like, nah, that's it.
Dude, it's still good.
Why watch old when you watch new?
Okay, I will. Very rarely, because like these days when they make movies to like kind of, they feel like cash grabs. Yeah. Like Top Gun did such a good job at having nostalgia on top of a good story.
Yes.
So yeah, I love Top Gun.
Well said. Well said.
Don't disagree with that at all.
Number 2, Inception. We all love Inception. Absolute classic.
Makes you think.
Makes you think, dude. We need to like spin this little chapstick and make sure we're. All right, we're good.
What's your number 1?
My number 1, John Wick.
John Wick, dude.
Top action movie. Like it's action packed.
You gotta have a strong stomach to watch it though.
Especially so. You talked about all of the John Wicks, which they're all fantastic. I love them all. The 5th one, just some of the camera angles when they're going over the top.
Dude, with the fire gun?
With the fire gun. Just it's like one whole shoot that's going over all of the walls, and you can just see everything that's happening.
Visually, it's amazing.
They kicked butt on that. Anyways, that is my list. Anything else?
Top action movies, like there's so many great ones, but dude, go watch. If you haven't watched, I have a couple to watch. I haven't seen The Gentleman, so I'm gonna probably watch that either today or tomorrow.
It's so good. Let us know what you guys think. What's your top favorite action movie? Let us know in the comments.
Zach, we want to hear it. All right, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Catch you later.